It's recording now.
Okay, good.
Okay, let me share my screen. I guess we'll start with the PM so Loki can go over your plans.
Okay.
And give me 1 second. Okay, can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay, I guess we can start with the PM shoulder. Okay, you can go ahead and start explaining, Logan.
All right. So the PM shoulder is a 120 plan. The existing plan that's running out there is 120 seconds. And so we noticed that there was a lot of southbound traffic based on the trainer data that we looked at. Is there music or something? I'm getting feedback. Okay. And so the southbound progression we have coming through 9th Street and then getting down to the freeway. We may have to make a couple of slight stops between westbound I-80 and 6th, but we're hoping that actually having 6th in coordination will allow that southbound movement to continue through, and then we'll get down to Coonsley, which will not need that full amount of the 37 seconds on the side street, and so it will gap out, and you'll be able to continue going southbound through Second, Mill, and Ryland without needing to stop because we have some queue progression in order to prevent spillback and buildup. And then northbound, we just have the bands set up so that you can get all the way through without having any issues. And we ensured that the left-hand turns off the freeway were also able to be accommodated as best as possible. And this is just minor adjustments on the existing timing, specifically to get better progression between Mill and Ryland.
We try to maintain the TTI-4 up here, and we try to get the off-ramp traffic all the way down without stopping. So from north side, there's not a lot of cars, so they might stop a little bit, but then they'll go through.
So I know the current PM peak is running 120, so this is the shoulder one.
No, this is 120.
Yeah, but the peak, the PM peak
Peak is 135.
135. Okay.
Yeah, right now it's currently running 120.
Mm-hmm.
And then one other thing too, we will try to get more. We added more time to this eastbound left at Ryland because I know that backs up in the evening, so we'll try to flush him out too.
So I'm sorry, did we say that the directional distribution in the evening it's higher going southbound than it is northbound?
Based on the trainer data, yes.
That surprised me because you would think that most of the traffic would be trying to access the freeway from like the Reno area.
Correct, and that's kind of what we observed. We observed a lot of northbound traffic, and so I don't know if that was something that, like the train at the day that they got that data, may have been off, like that week if there was an event or something, especially if you have like traffic coming away from the event center in the evening, essentially.
And on an infrequent basis, I guess when they took their measurements, that would be a possibility. I use Wells to get to the freeway as my commute every day, and I've just noticed that it seems like our northbound traffic is a lot heavier. But I'm sure that we can fine tune, once the timing is in place, we get out there and do fine tuning.
Well, and yeah, we put a priority on like the northbound traffic because it was what we observed, but we also wanted to accommodate the southbound traffic as much as we could because that was based on the training data. And so then when we go out and we make our observations, we will adjust as necessary. If we do decide like, yeah, no, there is a lot of southbound traffic, then we will make those modifications.
One thing we need to keep an eye on is this southbound left at Ryland. That pocket is very short, so we'll keep an eye on this one too.
Yes, and have received complaints also at Mill.
Okay, yeah, Mill's leading for both, so we should be good there.
Okay.
Yeah. That was another thing that we wanted to make sure that we accommodated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We did notice that there's a lot of eastbound lefts off of Mill and Island, and so we wanted to make sure that those were able to get lined up at the next intersection and be able to kind of clear before the through traffic arrived, or at least get moving.
Right. And then a lot of these, some of these intersections, David, we'll probably have to violate the ped, so we'll have stop and walk on with min ped permissive. I think at Ryland, Mill, and then Sixth. Because I
There's
think
a
Sixth.
lot of ped. There's a lot of ped traffic. I mean, you have peds almost every cycle at 6th.
Okay. We'll try not to violate too much, maybe by a few seconds.
I think
We
that's what
can.
we ended up doing. We have it pretty close.
Yeah, but
Trying to do what we could.
And we'll probably have to do aggressive transition percentage.
the current time in 120, we had the paths accommodated, right?
Right, but the
Got
eastbound
updated.
left split was so short that it backed up. I think that's why it was set to free.
Wait, which intersection?
6th Street?
Sixth.
But 6th Street East, we have a dual left there, right?
No, it's a single.
Wells
Is
at
it
6th.
single or
The
dual?
eastbound left is dual lefts.
Dual lefts. I
Yeah.
think on the old plan we accommodated the pets, but the split was like only 15 seconds. So I think that's why it just went to free because it was just backing up traffic.
Okay, because I was gonna say that's the opposing movement that I take every day when it appears that all the vehicles are accommodated. I could check the split history and see if the movement's gapping out.
Hmm.
In which case, I would be surprised that if we had substantial demand for that left, it's not being accommodated. But I don't know. I guess we'll just take a look at it when we're out there. If there's any way that we could not violate the peds, that'd be my preference because we have them there constantly.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll have to adjust the split slogan. Maybe try to, if we hit to violate it, try not to violate by too much.
They
So
are accommodated in the 135 plan.
yeah, on the higher cycle plan that they're accommodated. One other thing too, David, is I don't know if this is your preference, but the last time we did the timing here, we shortened the walk time from 7 to 4. Is this something where you want to use the normal time? I think it's actually like 9 or 8 seconds for the walk, and we shortened it up so that we can accommodate the peds.
As long as we meet the requirements in the manual, I think that's just our primary concern.
Yeah, I think Kurt mentioned if it's 7, then we can shorten it to 4. But if anything over that, then that's the calculated time. So I think we might have to adjust the walk at 6. I think it's 9 seconds to walk.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing with Ryland too.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head the proximity of the push buttons to where the crosswalk is.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me pull it up real quick.
Also, I noticed the 6th Street, the facing it changed, right? It used to be lead lag, now it's leading.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it used to not be in coordination.
The
So it looks like the big crossing, the concern would be the southeast quadrant because of that push button location and proximity to where the ramp is.
southeast, that's on the north side, north and eastbound. So yeah, that's why we got 8 seconds. I think we'll move down to 4 to accommodate peds. So these are the actual normal walk times.
Okay.
Same thing with Ryland too. I think we did. Mill Street we had to adjust. So, yeah, I think my preference is just to use the calculated times to be on the safe side.
Okay.
Yeah, we found some yellow traps here and there, so we'll address those.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, where was the yellow trap?
It's the flashing yellows.
Okay.
So I don't know if Kurt caught them first time around, like 5 and 6 at westbound 80, eastbound 80, Coonsley 5 and 6. I think those were the only three.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, and I'll make note of those. Okay, are we good with this plan?
Yeah, I mean, it looks good.
That way, off-ramp traffic, they'll get the green making the left turn to go north, or making the left to go south. They should have the green to go all the way through. Okay, so go ahead and save that. So here is the PM peak. This is the 135 plan.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Logan.
So very similar thing going on between 9th and 6th Street, where we have the dual leading left at 6th. We tried to give the through phase at 9th relative to whatever the through phase is going northbound at eastbound I-80, just so that way we can make sure that we don't have too much expected traffic if there is heavy side street traffic off of 9th. Then it can accommodate it. Otherwise, it'll just gap out and give more time to the through for north and south. Relatively like the same sequence for the freeway on and off ramps, where we accommodate for the southbound travel. If they're getting off, then they're able to make it all the way through. They shouldn't have to stop. The difference is that the PEDs are all accommodated in this plan, so you have a little bit more time. And instead of having the leading lefts at Mill, we have leading lefts at Ryland. And so then we would be watching the northbound left at Mill, which I mean isn't super heavy, but it's something also to consider just because those pockets are pretty small.
Yeah, short pockets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on those. Dr. Tian, any questions, comments? I know when we try to do TTI4, we try to, travel time, and then they'll turn green when you get to the other side.
Yeah, the interchange part is good.
Okay.
So on the south, the Ryland, so you're also changing to leading left turn.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I'm just looking at if people in the later part of the band, they may get stopped at Ryland going south.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. It's if there's a high demand, then yeah, it's gonna spill back.
It's not
the next cycle.
But at that point, that would be a relatively easy fix. We would just like the southbound left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So lead lag, you move the offset, increase the offset a little bit, and then leading northbound.
Then push it this way.
Something like this. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be the fix if we saw that kind of demand.
Mm.
Hey, Andrew, for Coonsley, since it'll be a two-way operation, are we establishing like a left turn pocket or something there at Wells at Coonsley?
Oh no. Two-way starts at Kierman, and then it's gonna remain the same between Kierman and Wells.
So I'm sorry, bear with me for just a sec.
Yeah, no worries.
So between Kerman and Wells, it'll still be one-way operation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we looked at the two-way, but I think it's the southbound left that was giving us issues.
Okay.
That's why we couldn't do it, and then we had to do the polls, and yeah, it was out of the scope and the budget of the project.
Okay.
And then we're lagging Coonsley here, the northbound left, but which it should be fine because that southbound left movement is prohibited, so we won't have that yellow trap.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for some of these extended detours that'll be using Wells as part of SBX, are we going to try to put something together for that as well, or?
We hope that this 135 plan should cover the demand, but if we need to, we can always adjust it. At least, we have something established that we can go off of, and then we'll just try to increase the split as needed if we need to do the detours.
Okay.
I'm trying to get like Wells, Kitski, and everything done before they start doing the detours next spring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else on this one? So the PM's good?
Okay, are these plans pretty much developed by Logan or kind of Logan guided Richard? I kind of want to know where Richard is.
Oh, I worked on the midday ones.
Midday.
Okay.
So with all the plans, all three of us came together. We kind of looked through it and we kind of comment on each other what we should do better, what sequence will run best with what is happening out there. So we kind of helped each other out. Logan did the PM and Richard did the midday. I did the AM.
Okay.
Okay.
Just want to make sure Richard will get up to speed pretty quickly.
Okay, yeah, you will. Okay, I'm gonna save this.
That's good because he's up.
Very good. Yeah, you have
Got it.
few months, and Logan will. Oh no, Logan still have the spring semester here.
Well, I don't know. I'm hoping.
You're graduating this fall,
I'm
right?
hoping. Yeah,
Okay,
after graduation.
I see.
December.
Okay, this is for the midday plan. So this is the 100-second cycle plan. We have a midday peak for the lunch peak, which is 120 if needed. But this is for the 100-second plan. All right, Richard, do you want to give a crack and kind of explain the time series diagram and some of the things you're seeing out there during the midday?
Sure. So when we were watching the midday, there wasn't really a huge peak or anything, so the traffic was mostly consistent. So we did some adjustments to get some time from the original side streets onto the main to increase that, but more or less we just had to fix the progression on the southern streets where they weren't lining up quite right. So right now, going from north to south, it's should be able to progress the whole way, and same for south to north.
I think the one thing
Do we
we might need to...
anticipate? Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Do we anticipate a lot of early returns there at Second Street?
Yeah, it's what we were counting on for a lot of those, was the early return to get the queue going.
Okay.
I think one thing we need to adjust to here is, the off-ramp traffic for this westbound left. I think it's kind of heavy during the midday, so they're probably gonna get stopped at 6, and then they'll go all the way through. But then southbound should go all the way through.
I don't think it's ever really heavy.
That heavy, that westbound left? Okay. You can always lead this to try to get some more time, but this might be better. But at least they'll get past. The area in between the interchange will stay clear. And then up here at 9th Street, I know there's not a lot of traffic, so we're going to try to see if we can do the reservice. So that's why we have a big split on the side street, but then we can still maintain that progression northbound.
I know currently there's a setting actually you allow there might be already reservice. That's what I remember.
I think the last time we did the timing at night, there was an early yield.
Yeah, okay, something like that.
Yeah, we took that off because it was cutting the northbound progression off by 15 seconds.
Mm.
Splits are pretty good. I think the only thing we need to make sure is Ryland. This is lagging left, so have to keep an eye on that one. Other than that, I think we are good to go.
Okay. And so Did you guys get a chance to look at the cross street traffic there at Ryland and at 6th Street? And we feel confident that the splits will be able to accommodate the demand.
6th Street was running free, and so there wasn't a whole lot that we could make other as far as based on the coordination, what was going to be, what we could do to like benefit it, because we didn't know whether or not the volumes that were already hitting that would be something that we would be able to like queue out or get cleared out with coordination, or if that was just something that there was too much.
Right. And this is during the off-peak too. I don't anticipate too many cars in the first place. 30 seconds, 25 seconds on 6 should be plenty of time.
Sure.
The pits aren't accommodated here though. So
just based on the split history, I mean, does it seem like it shouldn't be a problem?
Yeah.
Because it's running.
It's weird. There's certain
100
times of
seconds
the
per
day
pit.
where it seems like 6th Street has almost the same amount of demand as Wells. And so just want to make sure that we're going to be okay there.
okay. And we'll keep an eye on it for sure during the midday off-peak. I think during the lunchtime it gets a little heavy, so that's why we came up with the 120 plan for the lunch peak.
Yeah, because we have a lot of city vehicles and you know, as well as RTC Transit and waste management that goes through there.
Mm-hmm. And it's a 100-second cycle, so it should rotate pretty quickly.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead and I think the splits are good. I don't have any issues here. So let's go to the midday peak. Oh wait, no, this is the wrong one. You go to 2.0.
Hey Richard, when you looked at the split histories for the midday plans, along at 6th it was running free. Did you get a chance to look at what the 85th percentile cycle length was?
For which one?
6th Street?
Which direction?
Just the cycle length.
Oh, cycle length is.
Just if it was greater than 100, then we would be able to tell that that the 120 plan would be beneficial during that peak.
The average is 9 or 100. Let me check the 85th. It's not given. Sent.
And that should show up in the summary at the bottom of the page also.
I don't think it was included automatically. It was 120 for the 85th.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So this is the
This
peak.
is the midday peak, yeah.
Yeah, so for this, it's pretty similar to the shoulder since we didn't see a huge increase for lunch, but more or less just added that extra 20 seconds mostly onto the northbound, southbound directions. Increase that.
Looks like we were able to accommodate the peds on East 6th Street.
Yeah,
Okay.
since we didn't have to shorten 6th.
And traffic getting off the freeway should all come down all the way without stopping. So we should run this 11:30 till about 1 o'clock.
I think based on the Trina data,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly didn't see a peak at all, and when we were driving out there, it didn't really seem to change
It was
much
flat.
either. Yeah,
Okay.
When was the Trina data from?
2017 to 2019 were the ranges.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it might be beneficial to just keep this on, with the detours coming. We might have an unexpected load during the lunch peak.
Mhm.
Okay. So I think we're good for the midday peak. Okay. Let's go for the AM.
Well, the midday peak has even time for the north-south movements as well as the east-west movements. So, if, like David said, we notice that there's a lot of cross street traffic, and we can turn on the peak plan sooner.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, that's a 10. I added the downtown signals. Now it's taking a while to load Transig, so maybe this is something that Dolly can try to improve on the speed of opening all the signals.
Mhm. Yeah, I noticed that you've switched between files, so you didn't keep all the timing in the same file.
No, everything's all in the same file.
I mean, I keep seeing you open different files.
Oh, yeah. Logan and Richard had separate files, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge this into this one.
I see.
This is the main one. So eventually I'll have everything in here, all the signals that we have in the region. So I'm almost there. I just need the Monty, South Meadows, South Virginia, and South McCarran and West McCarran. That's it. We got all the signals in the region.
You're going to need some hardcore progression, or not progression, compression for the program.
Yeah, it's taking a while to load now.
You mean the speed is slow?
To load all this,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's taking a while.
Really? I have a much larger file than this. I have a Tucson network, 700 signals. I didn't see.
I think ours has a lot of data too with all the timing plans.
Yeah.
I don't know how big the file is.
Okay. So for the AM, I didn't notice a lot of the cars in the AM. It's pretty light. So I thought the existing cycle would just work out just fine. We just try to get better progression southbound. And I know there's a lot of people going to Renown. So at Second Street, I'm trying to have a bigger southbound left split and maybe try to do a resurface here so that we can get the cars going through. And then same thing with Mill. We try to lead this left to clear the queue to go that way. Then Ryland, the left is lagging. Get all the cars to build up, and then they'll just make the left turn to go east on Ryland. It's pretty much the same thing like the midday plan. We'll try to resurface each night because of the slow traffic. I know a lot of people is making this left to go to, I guess, that Washoe County building. So we'll try to guarantee that so that they get the green and just go to work that way. The only other thing is this eastbound left, they're going to have to stop right here, wait a cycle for 6, and then they'll go all the way through, but they'll get the green and get there as soon as possible. And the thing with second 2 is flashing yellow, so it shouldn't be an issue making that left. I might consider lagging this left and then doing a min recall right here on Mill Street so that way it'll just hold the green so that it'll just flush all the people going through it now. So that's pretty much it for the AM plan.
I guess what's tricky about this is whenever we experience congestion at the east to south ramps on 580, a lot of people exit there on Wells and take that over to Second Street.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's something that's kind of hard to account for, and it's somewhat sporadic. But yeah, someone's have to kind of, I guess, keep our eyes peeled for. Right now, we still have reduced traffic, so it seems like it hasn't been as bad. But in cases where there's a crash at the Spaghetti Bowl, or they're going to be doing a 100-day closure on that ramp, we'll probably see quite a bit of traffic that'll be diverted off the freeway.
Okay, so maybe we'll have to do a 120 plan for the AM, but we'll try to give some more emphasis time to this off-ramp traffic.
Yeah, and it's so hard because it's not really reoccurring congestion, and so it's hard to get a sense of when it happens.
Right. So I gave it a bigger split for this offer because I know it backed up the last time we were working on this. So I might bump it up to 40 just to give it more extra time. And this is out of a 100-second cycle, so it's 40% of the cycle that it's green.
Yeah.
So it should circulate a lot faster and get all the cars out.
Okay.
That's the hope.
Well, yeah, and that's a big deal. I mean, because having the traffic back up onto the main line there at that interchange it's a big safety hazard.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on it, and then if it does back up, then I'll consider doing a 120 plan as a backup too. So when that SBX comes along, we have that ready to go.
Okay.
But the 120 plan, it's probably going to be the same thing as the midday peak. So I'll probably just going to copy it over and just adjust the offsets and the splits a little bit just to accommodate the more of the southbound and the off-ramp traffic from 80. So that's pretty much it. Is there any other questions? What I'm gonna do is, David, I'll send you the times probably Friday or Monday, and then next week, when would be a good day to implement?
Let's see. Wednesday work?
Next Wednesday. It's got a meeting at 8:30.
For me, it would either be Friday, or would Friday work, or?
I think traffic's gonna be different on Fridays. How about Thursday? How about Thursday?
Thursday is hard because I teach at 5.
Okay. I'll try to make Wednesday work. I don't know about
Or-
Lily and Richard.
We had Dr. Tian's class at 5:30.
The other option is we could observe, AM and midday on Thursday, and then just choose a different day to do our, late afternoon
Okay.
observation. But Tuesdays and Thursdays are hard for me in the afternoons and evenings.
Okay. Wednesdays are not gonna be hard for us for doing the PM.
Okay.
How
Well,
about Wednesday?
Monday,
Oh, go ahead.
Monday would work as well. It's just I need the time to get it put in.
Okay.
Okay.
How about Wednesday we do like the AM and the midday, and then Thursday we can do the PM.
Well, Thursday's hard for
You're
me after
teaching.
PM.
Oh yeah, that's true.
If the timing is available, and it's something that I can input before Monday would work as well.
Okay. So what works best for you guys, Logan, Richard? Which day would work best for you guys?
Wednesday works fine for doing the AM and midday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other day for PM?
Which, yeah, if we have to do it on Monday,
That'll be
Could we do the following Monday?
Yeah, for the PM. Yeah, let's do that. That way we can get a break too. So I'm gonna be there all day.
Okay.
Okay, I'll get that on my calendar. I'll send the calendar invite. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Anything else?
thank
Any
you.
comments?
I think everything looks good. I really appreciate your guys' help with this.
Yeah, no problem.